going on, guys? Bearded Finds. I'm standing on a dirt road that almost 150 years ago, or a little over, used to belong to what is called Fort Mason. I'm here in Eustis, Florida. Now, Fort Mason was started construction in the mid-1830s, and it was in response to the Dade Massacre. 103 men that were walking in the woods with the U.S. Army were ambushed by Native Americans, but it was built by General Brigadier Abraham Eustis, which they named the town after. Now today, development has covered up a lot of this area, so where I'm standing is actually today just a dirt road, but back then was actually part of what was called Cordelia Street. Something to keep in mind too is that this fort is not like the forts you'd see in St. Augustine or in Ireland or anything like that. It wasn't like a castle, it was more of like a fortified stockade. It had a wooden barrier, there were earthworks that kind of surrounded the inner city, and then you would have had buildings and things like that that were, you know, part of what was at that point the fort. So Fort Mason is gone today. So we're here today along Fort Mason Drive, and that would have been the original street that I just talked about. And we're going to be doing some metal detecting and just walking around to see if we can find anything that would have been a sign of the past when a fort used to be here. And believe it or not, we've had a homeowner here, very nice people who are actually allowing us to use their property to do the metal detecting and have given us access so that we can see what we can find. They're willing to donate anything that we find to the Eustis History Museum, so that's what we're going to do today. The old railroad tracks are just sitting behind me here. We're going to walk those railroad tracks, talk a little bit about the history of what used to be here, and hopefully find a trace of the past. Now, these homeowners that are allowing us on their property actually have already found a trace of the past. This graded road behind me is taken care of by the county, so the county grades it every once in a while, and the homeowner comes out to check to see what they find on the side of the road after it's been graded. We don't know what it is, but we think, according to AI, which I hate to give credit to, we utilized it to determine what AI thinks it is, and AI thinks it is a gate hinge. It says that the flat part jetting off would have gone to a place that would have attached to a fence post, and then the handmade piece that we see would have been the hinge itself, would have attached to a gate. So we're already finding pieces before we've even gotten here of what used to be Fort Mason. So I hope you'll join us, and let's see what we can find today. So today I'm actually here with Andrea and Sean, both of which I met on Facebook. I put out a post and I said, hey, we're looking for people who want to metal detect and come out and see if we can find any traces of the past. And Sean and Andrea hopped at the chance, and they're here now with their metal detecting equipment. It looks like they have detected something, so they're sticking a wand in the ground to see if they can find whatever it is that they have detected. Now, you guys, you told me you lived in Italy for a while, and you guys used to do like World War II type metal detecting. So what's that in comparison to this, just for the viewers? What is that like?
How do I explain it? It's different because you're seeing where somebody stood and fell in the defense of something that you believe in. So when you're looking for something, here we're looking for, you know, traces of the past. There you are 100% positive somebody was there, and you're finding something tangible connected to a person. And a lot of the things we found, we connected to a name and we're giving to the museum so that they can give them back to the families. So I think that would be the big difference.
So Sean's been working out this hole for quite a while. He keeps getting a ping of something. What material did you think it was?
It's definitely an iron.
It's definitely
a real low tone.
It's low tone, so it's an iron material. So he's been digging pretty deep. I mean, he's up to his almost forearm in the hole that he's dug. So I feel like many of the cases we might be this way. We'll you know, sense something, or
I hope not.
Right, yeah, I know.
Whatever it is, it's really small and I can't find it.
Yeah.
Okay.
A good effort, though. Today, this railroad sitting here to my right is the only thing that is left of Fort Mason. Let's see if we can get down in here and take a look at this old railroad. Next to me here, where all these trees are, used to be a road, and it was called Railroad Avenue. It would have ran parallel all the way down, and it was the central road of the city. These railroad tracks also would have ran all the way down to Lake Eustis, where there would have been a ferry boat, and that ferry boat would have taken people on the St. John's and through the channels of water to different places in the state, as they would back in those days. Today you can see these railroad tracks are really neglected on purpose. The city's decided that they're no longer of use to them. Trains are no longer taking these tracks, and as I'm walking through here, you can hear the amount of animals and different things scattering. They've made homes here, and probably have not heard a human voice walking through in quite a long time. However, history has an interesting way of showing its face every time somebody such as me is curious to know about an area like this. Here behind me would have been that Railroad Ave. You could just really see what is left of it. There's nothing there. There's nothing there. And all of these palm trees, they grow because they grow really well in sand. And so that is evidence that there was once a road behind me. It would have been an all flat sand road. These palm trees over time, most of the time, are dropped by birds who are relieving themselves, and oh, a palm tree grows. Now, whatever happened to Fort Mason? How long did it exist? It was built in 1835-ish, and around 1884, somebody entered into a diary or a journal of some sort that the post office and the hotel that were at Fort Mason were, quote, unquote, all but gone. So that is what is left of Fort Mason. There is nothing here. I'm walking on what would have literally been a ghost town. They up and left. So when we're walking these driveways, these old streets, this railroad track that's no longer in use, we're not just walking on land, we're walking on what was once a frontier war. Interesting to think that this nail, this railroad nail, would have been hammered in by somebody over 150 years ago. Let's leave it where we found it. It was sitting right here on the track. Somebody else had found it and put it right there. Very cool. Well, I just got back and was handed this old wheel weight from the 50s or 60s, I was told. It's got the numbers 10, letters AL, and the numbers 28. Wheel weights we see today are just these little squares sit on in the inside of the rim. Oh, no way. Just a quarter.
Is that what it is?
Yeah. What's the year on it?
You're asking the wrong person. It's a Lincoln and an Eagle, so it's not that old.
Right.
81.
Okay. Old.
Hey, that's what, 40 years old.
40-year-old quarter. That's funny. So according to these old maps, what is today Fort Mason Drive, they had planned for it to be a Cordelia Street, and today, where we're standing, over here, it was a broad street. So there would have been Broad Street here, Cordelia Street here. We are currently standing on what would have been the road through the fort, and we're gonna see if we can find anything.
It doesn't get that hard around here, does it?
Well, we've been at it for like 2 hours now, and we keep getting hits on things, and they'll either turn up to be little aluminum shavings or, you know, nothing of real value. Pop tab.
1970s.
Yeah. See ya. What's this? Wow. What is this? What is that? Do you know what that is? No?
Nope.
Do you know what that is? I don't know what that is. Yeah, what is that? Interesting. It's got a pattern on it. And would have stuck in somewhere. Definitely metal, maybe brass or something. Oh, we found something.
Oh yeah?
Yeah, we don't know what it is. Maybe you know what it is.
Wow.
It looks like brass to me.
Yeah, definitely.
Oh, it's got to be brass. Solid brass.
Yep.
It's got screw holes.
Mm-hmm.
So that fits into something and it gets screwed in. Yeah, they're all the same screw holes. Same size. No markings. Well, that's pretty neat.
Yeah, I thought that was kind of cool.
It's got a little dip in it right like that.
Is it a bottle opener?
Well, no. It would have to be the part of one, maybe.
Yeah, maybe.
I think what it would be. Google it.
Yeah, right. Yeah, I'm gonna have to.
Yeah, that's interesting.
So Sean's digging in the ground and he pulled out this, and we were all wondering what it was, and we plugged it in via Google, and Google's AI tells us that it thinks this is a drawer pull. Would have sat on a drawer furniture, Victorian times, and you would have pulled the drawer open like this, and your drawer would have, held your things. And it doesn't tell us, it tells a little bit about the story here. It means that everybody in the fort wasn't a soldier. They were workers and families and people that had, furniture. People would have traveled with furniture on the back of wagons and carts, and the vibration and long trips would have worked screws loose, and things like this would just fall off and hit the ground. So this is our very first and cool find outside of those square nails that we've found. Now those square nails, they date anywhere from 1790 to 1890, according to Google. It's about when they started and stopped using them. And Sean is digging away. We're gonna see what else we can find. So where we are on these old maps, if you look at the old map from the 1800s, it shows us standing right at the corner of Cypress Street and Cordelia, facing this tiny little alley between the two buildings, and that would have been this guy's yard. We've actually gotten permission to go into this yard. It'll probably be the last place that we go. There's an old oak tree back there that's got to be upwards of 200 years old sitting in his yard, and we've been given permission to metal detect around the tree. So we found all of these things here so far. We don't really know what they all are. We were able to determine that this is a drawer pull from, we think, Victorian era. We have some square nails here, and then the bottom of what appears to be a can. So, being that this was a road, all these things really make sense. People traveling the road, dropping things, or, maybe a house sat here at one point. According to the map, there was a lot of structures sitting right where we're sitting. So we're gonna head on over into this yard momentarily, and we'll go ahead and see what we find up under that other oak tree, if anything at all, and keep you updated. Well, we have exited the neighbor's yard and we're heading into the adjacent neighbor's yard. This would have been the edge of the fort right here. We're standing at what would have been the wooden stockade that would have gone all the way around, and this tree, as massive as it is, we do believe was in existence when the fort was here. It's the largest tree in the area that we've been given access to. These roots take quite a long time to grow, and you can really see all the vines that have spanned the tree over the time. And Sean looks like he's already got a hit of something going on. Oh, look at that.
It's like an old key.
It sure does. Maybe an old key or a spigot handle, I'm not sure.
Yeah.
I mean, it could be a multitude of different things.
Sure.
Just depends on whose mind is looking at it.
And that true.
We're gonna keep looking under the tree while we have some time. Trees like this would have provided shade and activity to people living in a fort. Would have sat under here to read or have picnics or talk to each other and just get away. Especially in a sunny state like Florida where you can't get away from the heat. So you come to a tree like this, maybe leave a coin or a ring under the tree. Metal detectors didn't exist back then, so if you dropped it, it was gone.
Did I pull up on it? Back. Yep. Right there towards the drag.
So that's showing what, 7 inches down?
Nice.
Wow. Look at this, a doorknob was
Yeah.
found. So this was 7 inches down
Is that
in the soil.
Like solid metal? Or?
This looks like it's made out of a stone or something.
Yeah, I would say so.
Actually.
In the middle of it's brass or something.
Yeah, if you look, it's got like a.
Yeah, there it is right there. There's the brass.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
What is that stone called? I can't remember what that stone is called.
You're right.
No.
Look at that, you guys.
It's a
It's not.
You can
it's
hear.
like turtle shell type stuff, but I
Yeah.
forgot what it's called.
Yeah, it definitely has some patterns. It's like a brown. Yeah, this is really cool. So this goes to show, you know, there were homes and things that were in this area at one point. Woo, good catch. Here, show this guy. Look, they found a doorknob 7 inches down.
There you go.
It's wild. I think it's made out of a stone or something.
Oh yeah, some kind of like
It's
a
called
marble or
really
granite
gold.
or
Yeah,
something like that. Yeah.
Nice.
that's sweet.
See that? Where'd you find that? Right here.
Right where you're standing.
Just pull this out of the ground. Yeah, I don't know. Sean says maybe a heater grate. I'm not
That's
sure.
my uneducated guess.
Yeah, it's all guesses out here, so if you think you know what it is, put it in the comments. So Sean's digging away here. And how far you think you're in there, Sean?
Probably about 10 inches down, 12 inches down.
And there's some roots that's above whatever it is he's trying to get to, so he's trying to kind of weasel his hand in there and tuck it under one of these roots and grab out whatever it is. Well, we're 10 inches below the root. We've got nothing, no hits. That thing keeps hitting, but we cannot find whatever it is, so
It's got to be in the.
yeah, we're thinking it might be like in the actual root of the tree. It got swallowed up and eaten.
Because it is hollow.
Yeah, the root is hollow. Now when he sticks his wand down in there, it doesn't come back with any vibrations or anything. So we are,
reach. And
for lack of a better term, we're stumped. Stumped by the stump. Think we're all done?
yeah, I think we need to come back with a backhoe.
Yeah, no kidding. Yeah, we could be here all day doing this, and I mean,